Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 27 of the EdTech Chat and Shoot podcast. I'm Mike Soskell from Pennsylvania, and we've got three amazing women joining us today. Andrea.
Hi, guys.
From Irving, and then we've got Micah in Kansas, and Karen's joining us from El Paso.
Hello.
So today's a very exciting show for us because we are launching a project that we did last year that was an overwhelming success. I think all of us had either participated ourselves or had classes that participated last year. We had 130 different classrooms on 5 different continents that connected and learned about each other and shared their learning online. So today is the launch of the Virtual Valentines Project 2015. So.
Woohoo! Yay!
And I know Diane's not with us today. She had an emergency come up, but she did some great work on the website over the past week. So, we're going to be posting the link to that site where you can sign up and get more information on our Facebook page. But it's virtualvalentines.weebly.com. And you can get all kinds of information there. You can see pictures from last year. It describes the project. We're going to talk about it a little bit here on the show. But lots of great information there. And we will, in the next couple of days, have a Google form on there so that you can sign up your classroom. So since all of you participated last year, do one of you want to start and talk a little bit about what the project is and what you did last year?
Karen, you're up.
So quiet. Okay. Well, basically, you'll have the opportunity of signing up so that you can find a partner classroom for Valentine's. And your class will create a nice virtual Valentine. And there's actually a list of ideas, tons of ideas on the website, and of course, and then you'll connect with a partner in class to melt the miles. And so there's a little bit of math involved. We'll go ahead and plot where you are and where your partner class is and other classes from around the world, and we'll see if we can circumnavigate the globe. Yay!
Love it.
Yeah. Now, Micah, you were actually a classroom teacher last year when you participated, right?
I was. I taught second grade, a lovely group of 25, and I was partnered with a teacher in Texas. And we kind of did some app smashing for ours. We created some Taxito and put everything together in a ThingLink, a YouTube video. We just kind of smashed it all together and gave them one little virtual Valentine. It was really fun.
Yeah. And Andrea, how many classrooms did you guys have participate there in Irving?
Oh, geez. I think we probably had 5 or 6. If not more. And the really cool thing about it is because sometimes people, when they see virtual projects that have where you collaborate with something to complete something, they think they need to mail it. So this is nice because it's all virtual and they still get to send that Valentine's card virtually. So you don't have to worry about postage.
Yeah, which is really awesome. The Kid Wish project that we just did was an amazing collaboration, and we partnered dozens of maybe even more classrooms from mostly all over the United States, but we had very few international schools participate just because of the logistics of having to send postage overseas. So what we found last year with the Virtual Valentine's Project is because everything is being sent virtually and no postage is involved, we had a lot of international schools join us, and I anticipate that'll probably happen again. You figure last year we were only 5 or 6 weeks into podcasting, at that time when we launched that project last year, and we still had 130 different classrooms participate. So I would anticipate this year we're going to have, a larger number and cover even more countries.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
And I know my teachers that participated last year have been talking about it. So around December, how they participated in Virtual Valentines, and they were ready to do it again, and so they were even excited.
Yeah, I've had quite a few teachers ask me on Twitter over the past couple months about Kid Wish and Virtual Valentines to make sure that we were doing them again because they were so excited. I know we probably had 5 or 6 classrooms also, Andrea, that participated last year. And basic gist of the project is you're going to be partnered up with another class somewhere in the world. We're going to do our best to partner you with someone that's not in your home state so that you have somewhere else to connect with. You've got really 3 requirements if you sign up for the project. The first is you're going to create some kind of virtual Valentine, and we've got a list of tools, as Karen said, on our website. We've got different ideas. We can probably even share some links to some of the Valentines that were made last year. I know we used a lot of Animoto. There was some Blabberize being used by kids, where they had, talking hearts or, whatever it happened to be. video. I would like to explore maybe using Sway this year with some of my teachers. That looks like a really cool product from Microsoft that I want to learn. So this would be a good opportunity. But any virtual way to say Happy Valentine's Day to your class would work. Then we also ask you to learn a little something. Have your students learn about the location they're connecting with. So if you're connecting with a school in Australia, you're going to learn a little bit about Australia, and you're going to have your students share that information in some way. So maybe they create another virtual, video or something using Animoto. Maybe your students blog, and they're going to put up blog posts anyway. But you're going to have them share their learning about the place that they're connecting with. And then the third thing, as Karen mentioned, is you're going to calculate how many miles you've crossed. So how many miles it is from your location to the other location. And you're going to post that for us because we are going to see how many miles we traveled. Which is, yeah, that's awesome. And I think, probably because everyone's a little bit competitive, we'd probably like to beat the number of miles that we circumnavigated the globe last year. I don't know, 12 times or something like that. We'd like to, we'd like to add, beat that. See if we can get around the globe a couple more times than we did last year. So, it's an amazing project. I feel like I'm talking a lot. Do you guys have anything else you want?
I'd say check out the photo gallery from 2014. I know that we have that idea page, but sometimes even just checking out the photos and sharing that with your students can get them really excited about what's to come, and maybe involve them in that idea process too. They might really enjoy coming up with a nice little idea to share their Valentines with another group. Yeah.
We found a lot of extension activities happened after the fact. So, classes sent their virtual Valentines back and forth, did their learning, connected via Skype to chat with each other, and then enjoyed the interaction so much. I know we had a kindergarten class that actually put together a virtual field trip. They wanted to go visit, from here in Pennsylvania, they wanted to go, get on buses and go to visit their new friends in New Hampshire, which, of course, wasn't possible, logistically or financially. So they created a virtual using ThingLink. They put up a map, and they stopped at 10 different virtual locations on the way, and they used doing green screen to green screen themselves into those different locations and share what they saw on their way to go visit their partner class.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm stealing that.
yeah, go for it. You can share a link to that too. Yeah, that was a pretty amazing project.
Well, I'm trying to get into Vine and learn a little bit more about trying to use it in the classroom. So maybe I'll see if I can find a class to do some virtual Valentine Vines. Who knows? We'll see.
Okay, so I have a question about that. I love Vine videos because you have to stick it in that 6 second logs. It's amazing what these stories these people tell. How are you getting around the age requirement and the inappropriate vines that are out there?
Yeah, see, that's a good question, and I guess I should explore that first. But I'm trying to get to it. Well, what's neat is I've been seeing that teachers have Vine accounts, and so I'm just kind of like stalking them right now and just checking what's out there. So
like the magic guy who runs into the. I could watch it for hours. I probably have watched it for hours.
So maybe that's another episode here coming up.
Yeah, I know Skype also just launched a new product which is similar, but has some differences, called Quick, QIK, which allows you to shoot videos and then have a link to them that you can share with other places. And I believe that they've got some kind of length requirement. I don't think it's 6 seconds, but I think you can share them both within and outside of Skype. So I don't know enough about that, but that's something else we may want to look at.
And sharing it within Skype is probably going to be safer. So
right,
yeah.
But I would love an alternative to that because, like I said, we tried to do that for announcements last year. We did totally off topic with the virtual Valentine, but what we did, we were teaching the Essential 55 rules. So we had the kids come in and teach the rule. And how perfect would that be to just be 6 second video, and that's it? But we never got 6 seconds. It was always way longer. So I'm like, I need an educational app that only educators can get. That's Vine.
Yeah, you really have to
create that, and then you'll be a millionaire, and you can,
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, I don't think educational apps are the way to become a millionaire.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I'd get away for free.
Yeah. All right. So, any other last words about the Virtual Valentine's Project that you guys want to throw out there?
There's a due date. I think the due date, let me double check again, to register is the 30th of January, and I've lost my link. Hold on. Where did I put it?
Yeah, you're right. You need to, if you're interested in signing up, you need to sign up by January 30th.
Yes.
We won't take any late signups because it's going to be a bear for us to match up all of those different classrooms. And we will notify you of who your partner class is by February 5th.
Yes.
So in order for us to do that turnaround, if you're not in by January 30th, you're not getting in. Which is, we hate to say that and put a date on it, but we have to do that in order for us to be able to run it. And the other thing I want to throw out there, from running the Virtual Valentines last year and Kid Wish Project, we always stress that if you're signing up, you have got to participate because we're going to partner you up with one other classroom, and if you drop out, that classroom has no partner, and there's a group of kids out there that are really looking forward to sending a Virtual Valentine and getting one and connecting with another class, and you're robbing them of that opportunity. So. We tried to put disclaimers and check boxes that you had to before you signed up for Kid Wish, and we still had a couple of classrooms that dropped out, and we did our best to fill them with other classes that we kind of begged and pleaded to come in. But I know there were at least 1 or 2 classes that signed up and had made Kid Wish cards for another class and then didn't get any themselves. So if you're watching and you're thinking about signing up, please plan for any contingencies for snow days, for whatever. If you sign up, you've got to make sure that you connect with the class that we give you.
And usually on the opposite end, people are very understanding, and so I know that with our, I don't know if it was Virtual Valentine or Kid Wish last year, we had a teacher, they rescheduled 3 times until they were able to make it, but they still did it. So,
yes, Kid Wish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
and we're all teachers, people understand that. Just as long as you're in and say, hey, we may be a little late is a lot better than, too bad you're out of luck.
Right.
Yeah. So before we move on to the what did you have for lunch section, anything cool going on in your schools that you guys want to share? Micah, you got anything going on?
We are approaching Kansas Day, so I'm working with first grade classrooms to do some QR code research. Also working with some second grade classrooms to be meteorologists with green screens. They are researching different types of natural disasters and how to be prepared, and so they're going to warn the public through their green screen videos.
That's great.
Good.
What are you using to green screen, Micah?
Doink.
Yeah. How about you, Karen? Anything good going on?
Well, we're getting ready for the TCA area robotics competition out here, so that's going to be kind of exciting. They had a problem set, and the kids are going to try to solve the problem. And I mean, that to me, that's what I'm kind of stuck with right now. I don't want to say stuck with. I'm excited about right now. It's just getting everything together and welcoming these kids and celebrating their hard work. So.
Yeah. How about you, Andrea?
Oh, let's see. It's crazy busy right now. You talked about natural disasters. We had our first here in Texas had a earthquake drill last week, district-wide, which is kind of strange. Anyway, but my flight program kiddos, my little club guys, they are actually working on Marble Arena and making their own levels in Marble Arena, which is like a free game. And then I have code.org. I went to code.org workshop this last Saturday. If you haven't used code.org, is awesome anyway, but all the resources and materials they have for teachers, like their curriculum and everything, is pretty awesome, even for your non-readers all the way to your readers. So I want to start going into 2 kindergarten classrooms and 2 first grade classrooms once a week to do code.org curriculum with them. So I'm pretty excited about that. Oh, and this afternoon we're Skyping with Spiro.
Oh, wow, cool. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
How did you set that connection up?
Well, Diane recommended it, so I just went to the website and just emailed customer service, and so they got back. They emailed me last week, and I had a chance to respond. So I got a phone call today. Hey, we saw that you wanted to Skype this morning, but we don't have time. Can you do it this afternoon? I'm like, sure, because they're going to be in London next week, so they're busy next week. But very nice people. Like I said, got hooked right up. So this afternoon at 2 o'clock, we're going to Skype in with them.
That's great.
So yeah. So thank you guys for the ideas.
Yeah. Now here in Pennsylvania, we've got kind of an eclectic mix of really awesome stuff going on. As Micah said, we're going to be doing some green screening work with our first graders. They're going to be looking at some different things that they're learning, and they want to put together some green screen videos. We've been doing a lot of blogging with our 4th and 5th grade students. We're in order to try and improve their writing, we're looking at embedding blogging into the social studies curriculum so that as they're learning current events, they're sharing some of the things that they're passionate about and that they're learning back out. And we've been using, for the past couple of weeks, a site called newsela.com that we found. Have you guys used that? Have you seen that site?
I think I have, actually.
I'm finding it right now.
It's got different current event stories that are geared towards students, but they give them to them in 5 different reading levels, so that you can have, so that you can have kids, in the same class that are on, on all different reading levels, reading at their level, and then taking that information, and we have them, sharing it back out in their blog posts, and then getting feedback and comments. And I know a lot of students wrote about Malala a couple weeks ago, and we got some great feedback on that. Actually, was retweeted, and we got some comments from a reporter in New York City that because I used the hashtag Malala out on Twitter, that picked that up, and within 24 hours of putting those blog posts up, we had over 60 different comments for the kids.
Wow.
So that was exciting. And with our 4th graders, we actually have a group of 4th grade struggling writers that we've been doing this with for the entire year since October. And I sat down and took a look at the data, and what we found is compared to kids that weren't blogging in 4th grade, those kids are actually typing 10% faster. Showed a growth of 10% in speed and accuracy in typing compared to the kids that didn't. And in just from October to December, their writing, when we ran it through a grade level comparison, where you cut and paste the text into give you a grade level of what they're writing, they actually improved over a half grade level in their writing just from October to December by.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're really excited about those results, and we're going to be doing a little bit more of that going forward.
That's awesome.
All right, so what was for lunch today? Karen, what'd you have?
Well, I'm going to eat my tuna pack. Boring, but no yay for that. But
guess it could be worse, right?
I get food, so that's the yay.
Andrea, how about you?
Well, I packed my lunch, but it was cold, so I went and got myself a lunch from the cafeteria, chicken strips and mashed potatoes.
Yeah. And Micah?
I had a homemade soup.
Homemade soup?
Salad,
okay. All right. Yeah, and because I'm here, you can see I'm not at school. It's a snow day. We had freezing rain this morning. So I was very lucky to have some leftover homemade Thai curry soup that my wife had made a couple days ago. And she baked me oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. So, super awesome, yeah. And I spent the morning playing Minecraft with my son, so it doesn't get any better than that. Yeah. All right. So next week we are looking at, I know it's Martin Luther King Day, and so I don't know how many of us will be able to join, but I'm looking at bringing in Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert onto the show to teach a little bit about, maybe give a tutorial on how to use OneNote in education, because that's something that I'm really interested in. I know I'm going to be in school next week, so I'll be able to host the show if Diane can't. And I'd like to bring in someone to teach me and record it so that anyone else that's interested can learn also. So any of you that can join, if you're home or in school or whatever, I think that's going to be next week's show.
Awesome.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so we'll see everyone next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.